Fishkeeper Club. Hope everybody's well. I hope you've all had a great Friday night and an even better Saturday morning. So today, maintenance day. Not much really, again, needs doing on the 2 big tanks, but today I'm going to do the small tanks as well. Being busy, I've not been feeling too great this week, so the small tanks have kind of took a back seat with everything else that I've been doing, trying to get the fish room ready and that. So today the water change has been done on the CO2 tank already. But I'm going to do a little bit of work on the shrimp tank today as well. I need to try and clean the glass on there as well. It's terrible. A little bit of salts on there. So we'll crack on. I'm set up, I think. Pretty much got everything ready to go. There's my I'm gonna need my scissors today as well. Little scaping scissors. Give that moss a little bit of a trim. And then we will crack on. Protocol. How are you doing, buddy? Itel, thanks for joining us, mate. Hope you're okay. All the way from India. What's the weather like in India at the moment, Itel? Is it pretty warm? I can only assume it's warm. Got to be warmer than it is in the UK anyway. It's absolutely freezing here. It's cold today. Cold, cold, cold. There's plenty of shrimp out today as well. In fact, there's loads of shrimp out today. She's proper crazy. So all good. Pete, how you doing, mate? Is there any word on the missus? Anne Marie, how are we? Thank you for joining us. Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Hi, Elizabeth. Hope you're okay. Please come to India. Yeah, mate. I don't think that'll be happening in a while. Water change Saturday, but finally made it here. Yeah, that's what I'm on now, mate. Water change. Dialysis at the moment, so bit of luck home later. Is this an ongoing problem with her kidneys, Pete, or has it just been like diagnosed? Yeah, diagnosed. Didn't sound right then. It's not normally a word I come out with. Is it something that's been ongoing, or is it new? And what's the score, mate? Is it treatable? Obviously, you don't have to comment on it if you don't want to. Obviously, I hope she's okay anyway. Yeah, she's kidney. Oh wow! I didn't know that, mate. I didn't know that. Oh really, mate? So sorry. Blooming heck! I didn't know that. Ken, good afternoon or good morning, buddy. Just so you're aware, mate, I didn't know. Right, so one, I didn't actually know until Only Oscars gifted some memberships a month ago. I didn't know that that they cancelled after 30 days, mate. I just thought they were rolling like everyone else. That's why I contacted you this morning to say, look, mate, I thought they cancelled it. Yeah, I didn't realise they were. I didn't realise they weren't rolling. I am new to all this, mate. You just have to forgive me. I am totally new to it all. Good afternoon, Steve. Hope you're well, mate. How's it going? Just woke up, so I don't have much to complain about. I normally complain about the amount of sleep I didn't get, Anne, to be honest. I'm really, really poor sleeper. Like, really poor sleeper. On Thursday, I was feeling pretty rough on Thursday. And I went to bed. Oh, Ken, thank you, buddy. Nice to have you back, mate. Nice to have you back. Yeah, I was really, really. Oh, a bit of streamers going on already. Anyway, streamers in the house today. Been out and bought more streamers, so we're all good. Welcome back, Ken. All good, my man. All good. So Thursday, I was feeling pretty rough, so I kind of went to bed early. I was in bed for 10:30. That's pretty early for me, to be perfectly honest. Normally like 12 o'clock when I go to bed. And but I get 5 hours. I do 5 hours sleep, and that's it. I'm awake, and I can't get back to sleep. No matter what, I can't get back to sleep. So I went to bed at 10:30 because I was absolutely like knackered and feeling rough. But 5 hours later, I was awake. So it didn't do me any favors during work on Friday because I was shattered all day. So yeah, small bit of a water change on here today, and we'll take it there. Cheers, Ken. You're a bloody star, mate. You're a star. Yeah, I'm kind of new to all this monetization thing. I'm that new to it. YouTube have withheld my money, so that's how new I am to it. YouTube withheld my money because very crafty though. I set everything up. I thought I was ready to get paid, and then after the week where they pay, they told me that they needed more regarding my tax. So yeah, so they've rolled it over. Very, 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 very crafty. Just so they don't have to pay that month. I'd hold on for it a little bit, I think. Fish fam, thanks for joining, buddy. I think you are a bot, but I'm going to thank you anyway. You do quite a good job. So I know I'm kind of shocked, Tanner, because I know a sister. Didn't know anything about it. Mike D, good morning, buddy. Hope we're well. I'm going to start doing the getting some water taken out of here and give this glass a bit of a clean off. I have turned the lights down on this tank, so actually the glass isn't too bad, but I do like to keep on top of it. I run straight from the tap. I think I get away with it really because my water's so good. So I always hose pipe, start the and we're all good. I do think I get away with it because my water's like soft and to be honest, it's pretty goddamn good, my water here. So I just want to get some. Oh God, I'm a bit chewed up. And get that a bit lower as well, otherwise don't want it running dry. I've bought a label maker. I've just not got round to doing it yet. So once I get my label maker up and running and I'll label all my plugs, it'll be a lot easier because I can just unplug that thing then as well. So both kids in their own beds. Well, that's a godsend, isn't it, Anna? Isn't it? It's a godsend, isn't it? All puppies outside as well. A peaceful house. God, I'd love a sleep in. Oh, got him in already. Oh, mate, I do love my Bozeman, mate. I do. They are. Everyone comments on the Bozeman as well because they are special, aren't they? They are special. So I do always use a scouring pad, a little non-stick scouring pad. Just works way better than any other thing I've ever used. I've tried the razor scrapers, things like that. Just don't really cut it for me. I just don't think they're that good. I will use the razor scraper today though. I used the razor scraper that I bought to remove like the salt that forms on the glass lid. I do find it's quite good for that, so wasn't a complete waste. I do like to use these scouring pads, and they're disposable, so I've just noticed how this lotus here has really gone bushy over the past few weeks since I moved it out of the barb tank. It's really done well, to be perfectly honest. Done really well. Kind of like it. I don't do the sides. I never do the sides or the back. In fact, I feel the back. Back, it's weird because the back doesn't even feel like it's got algae on there anyway. So that's kind of algae off. I will go a bit through the Java and see if there's any older leaves in there that need to come out. I'm going to take off a few of the runners as well. I do have to be way more careful now because this used to be attached to a rock. Now it's just sat on the bottom under its own weight, really. Away we go. So I was kind of thinking earlier on, Ken. I know you do like your CO2. What kind of fertilizers do you use, buddy? Alongside your CO2? You don't make your own, do you? By any chance, like you do with CO2? Because I'm gonna start the AI method soon on the CO2 tank, which would be quite interesting. If it does really well, I'm gonna probably end up doing it on a mark. But each tank's different with the AI method, so Bozeman is so much fun. They are, mate. They are stunning. They're always active, nice and active. They don't really lose the colour in the afternoons or the evenings. They are spot on. Mine really do get on. I don't really see much sparring. They kind of race across the tank together. I'm not kind of sure if two of my male Bozeman aren't gay, to be honest, because they're always with each other anyway, like best buddies. What's the news on the shrimp tank you were thinking of doing? Right, so Steve, the shrimp tanks will be later on down the line, I think. The fish room's kind of nearly empty. That starts proper. It's been decorated. I've just got a little bit of rubbish to get rid of. Start that tomorrow, mate. So I'll be building all the racking tomorrow. So I'm going to be like up early tomorrow, get all my housework done, and then into there, build the racking. I'm going to film it as well, get it all painted, get all the racking painted. I was going to do the racking black and white, but when I realised that the black paint was going to cost me about £100 to do it, I decided that they're all going to be white. So I think it'll look better on my pocket anyway. But yeah, the shrimp tank. To be perfectly honest, Steve, I will be putting the blue Neocaridina shrimp in the cardinal tank. Once the cardinal tank's been up and running like 3 months, I will be putting some blue in there. Yeah, I will be doing a rack of shrimp tank for shrimp for sure. Kind of do love them, but I don't really want to go entirely into shrimp because I don't want to step on my mate's toes, who taught me everything I know about shrimp. So, sea chem liquid. I've never used it, mate. I've never used that. About 4 gallons to each part. I'm on the sea chem. I'll be honest with you, Ken. I'm on the sea chem tablets now, and I think that's why this Lotus is like blown up like it has. I do like the sea chem root tabs. I like the smell of them. They smell of fertilizer, which you know sounds daft, but I'd always use tropical ones, and they in a capsule, so you don't get a smell. And then inside the little granules, I don't really think they smell either. But yeah, the sea chem ones, I did do this. It's probably due to be done again, actually. But yeah, I kind of do like them sea chem tabs. I'm quite impressed with sea chem products, full stop, to be perfectly honest. Cheers, Bano. I use sea chem flourish, iron, potassium. I've got a sea chem iron at the moment. I think it's potassium that I've got over there as well. I use that alongside the APT3, but the APT3 is running out. So yeah, I'm going to try the AI method, the EI method, estimated index EI, not AI. Yeah, I'm going to try that. I do really need to get into Will though, and just because he's the guy who put me on it, so I want to make sure I'm doing it right. That's why there's not really any livestock in the CO2 tank, because then I can have a bit of an experiment without worrying. I'm on the ground floor, Steve. Yeah, so we're all good. We're all good for weight. Weight is not a problem. It holds me, so must be all right. But yeah, mate, ground floor. All good. All good. And if it fell over on it, it wouldn't be falling on me, would it? So I'll be right. But now, mate, ground floor. I don't think I'd want to carry our... I won't even want to carry my shopping upstairs, to be perfectly honest. But the flat on the top. It's the same layout as this, the flat above me, but only has one lounge window. So kind of like it down here because I have 2 lounge windows. The one above me has 2 lounge windows, but one's full length. So there's kind of like no privacy because when the buses come past, because I'm on a main road, people can see in. I know even on the ground floor, I do think it's the better flat out of the 3, really. I really do. In the Jack, thanks for joining us, buddy. So in the tank behind me, it's mainly rainbow fish, mate. But there is also a red-tailed black shark in here. There's some silver-tip tetras in here. But yeah, it's mainly rainbow fish, mate. Bozeman, Lake Tubu, Madagascar, which totally slipped my head last night, the name of Madagascar. I don't know why, but probably because I was tired. Yeah, I had to look it up. That's bad, isn't it? That's how so what did they say? It's not age, it's can't remember. It's dementia. I'm only joking. So yeah, I just been pretty tired. So I've been looking for that towel everywhere. Couldn't find it, and I just looked. It's on my windowsill from this morning. So yeah, mainly rainbow fish there, mate. And then on the other side, I have a barb tank. Then a CO2 tank with hardly any livestock in it at the moment. And then we have a shrimp tank, which is just there, which I will be doing a bit of work on in a bit. I'm going to trim some of the moss down in there today. And I'm going to keep hold of the moss, though. Thinking of putting a bit of moss into the angel tank as well. There's going to be the Rickia moss going in there anyway. I think it's called Rickia. I'm not quite sure. That's what I call it anyway. Might be pronounced wrong, but hey ho. But yeah, should be good. Should be good. So I think I kind of ready to top this baby back off, really. See, I'll just catch up on a bit more chat. Yeah, Jem, I'm normally on a Saturday afternoon until about 5 o'clock, mate. But yes, thanks for joining us. Jem, honestly, the live stream chat is awesome. We do have a little bit of a problem on Friday nights, but hopefully, Anna and the rest of the crew sorted it out last night and kind of blocked him completely. I didn't know you could do it, so all good. Yeah, so nice one there to Anna, sussing that out. I was unsure regarding that CFC yesterday. Just wanted to see how he went, but seems to behave himself. But yeah, Anna remembered him from the week before of being a bit of a fool, so we'll keep an eye on him. Yeah, I still think you need ferts, Daniel. How do you deal with a potassium deficiency, mate? Things like that. Oh, here we go. UEO, thank you for joining us, my man. How are we going? I've got ferts coming out the top here in London. Quite high nitrate, mate. I'm luckier. I am luckier where I am in, like, just on the outskirts of Manchester. My water's practically clean. There's nothing in it whatsoever. Yeah, I still think you need fertilizers, mate. I do. It's depends what kind of level you're looking at on your plants. You know, I don't know. I see quite a lot of tanks that really don't use fertilizer, and I'm not that overly impressed. You know, but it depends where you want to take your tanks to, I suppose. 38 nitrate. Wow, man. I know the API test kits are good, but yeah, I know what you mean. Good afternoon, Sam. Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're well. So I learned something today, guys, regarding memberships. I didn't know this. So when memberships are gifted, it lasts for 30 days and then that's it. It doesn't roll on. I thought they rolled on, obviously, just because I didn't know. So yeah, for those that was gifted a membership, just remember it does run out in like 30 days. I thought they rolled on, but no, they don't. It's, unfortunately. But yeah, I was kind of like, saw that like some of the gifted ones had gone, and I was like, oh no. So like, when one was Ken, so I got onto Ken this morning and was like, mate, it's been, I think they've cancelled it. And he was like, no, the 30 days. I really did think, I just thought they rolled on like normal membership. So not sure if anyone knew this. I definitely didn't know it. Kind of new to it all. So yeah, that's the thing. It's a different level of where you want to take your tanks, isn't it? I like to see my plants thriving, to be perfectly honest. Kind of like the way I do it. I'm not sure what lake it comes from all the time, but I believe years ago it used to come from the Lake District, but I don't know now, I'll be honest. I don't know where it comes from now. But my water's really soft. I have zero nitrite, 0 KH, 0 GH. And when I stick a TDS meter in there, last time I checked was a couple of weeks ago, and it was 39 parts per million on a TDS. So yeah, my water is practically, well, actually I tested it up against Volvic, a bottle of Volvic, and I think Volvic had 80 TDS, which was pretty mad. And yeah, my tap water's like 39, so yeah, it's pretty mad. Proper easy to work with, really easy to work with. I am doing a water change, yeah. I tend to do about 30-35% on the rainbow tank because they like a bit of a heavier water change. It's kind of what they like. So as you see, they do like, they all colour up as well. They kind of love that influx of fresh water. And hence why I do add a buffer, because my water's like nothing in it whatsoever. Nah, mate, everyone does their own way, buddy. Everyone does their own way, Daniel. I like to tinker around and play about a little bit too. Advice for the fish keeper struggling with losing fish after transporting. 8 hatchet and a dead lick related 24 hours. If they've died within 24 hours, how they've come in with it, mate. They've come in with it. Either contact the person or where you've bought it, or think twice about buying from there again, mate, to be perfectly honest. There's an exceptional shop about 20 miles away from where I live. I won't name it. You go in there and it's amazing, yeah. Everything from the tank there came from there. Everything came from there at the time. And yeah, I introduced something and I'm pretty sure it wiped out the whole tank. Cost me a fair few quid. Needless to say, I've never been back. So the way I look at it, mate, you can spend your money anywhere you want. So if you're buying fish and they're dying off in the first 24 hours, yeah, it's an advice to go elsewhere. Are you in Runcorn all the time? Is that where you're at, mate? Could well be then, buddy. I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure where it comes from. I do know it's clean as though. Right, Pete. So just like all you'll need really is like two little pellets of bee pollen into some warm water and just keep stirring it, and it'll dissolve. After about 5 minutes, it dissolves away, and then yeah, just pour it in your tank, buddy. You get like a dirty water, if you will, and yeah, just pour it in. But you don't need a lot because it just breaks down. But yeah, it's just dissolve it in a bit of warm water, mate. Give it a bit of a stir until it's dissolved, and then just pour it through your tank. Yeah, that's the thing as well, Ken, isn't it? It's 10 plants you've got. If you're gonna just like keep basic plants, fine. But if you've got plants that need CO2 and things like that, so it depends on where you take your tanks. I know Richard's gonna do 2 tanks side by side, aren't they? Same setup, one left, one fertilized, and see what comes out better. I have already seen this experiment done before, and I know which tanks come out better. Pair Aquatics. Oh, you're right. All right, mate. Yeah, we do have a lad called Reese who goes in there quite a lot, mate. I have been in Pair myself, to be honest. It's quite a decent shot. It's quite a decent shot. You wish you only had a shot 20 miles away. I have actually got 2, Anne-Marie. I've got one that's like 3 miles up that way and one 3 miles down that way. But they kind of stop the same thing. And although the one like that way has got some amazing discus in at the moment. Wow. If you like your discus, these discus are stunning. Ah, right, old time. Yeah, yeah. It could more than likely be the same source then, mate. I would have thought. Premier Aquatics. Ah, mate. What a shot that is. I do like Premier Aquatics, mate. I went in there last year. I just kind of went in on the wrong day. I went in and it was like 80 degrees outside, and I was like, it'd be nice to get into a shop that's a little bit cooler and get some respite from the temperature. But it does heat the shop, doesn't it? So it's like water team's like, oh my god, it's hot in here as well. But yeah, what a great shop. I follow him on Facebook as well. He gets some great stuff in. I do like what's the other one? Oh, Finest Aquatics as well. God damn, I like that. I do like that shop as well. They've had a fair few quid off me as well, to be fairly honest. Oh God. If I go in, I try not to go in Finest Aquatics too often, really, because I end up spending a fortune. It's really good, Pete. It is really good. Apparently, it's pretty good for us as well, but you've got to have it in small doses and build up. Otherwise, it can proper do you harm, apparently, when I looked into it. Because it's a health food, isn't it? You're upgrading your Goldie tank to a 5-foot tank today. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Kept that quiet, mate. That's all good, though. Nice 5-foot tank. Are you going to escape it all out, mate? Or you kind of leaving it basic? Oh, it's so hot in there all the time. I always, if I go out with something like that, I always take my mum with me because, as you know, practically in the UK, every aquarium shop tends to be in a garden centre. My mum's a keen gardener, so kind of always take her with me. And so we'd gone over to there. We'd gone over to Wirral and we'd gone to McDonald's, got something to eat, and I was like, we were sat in the car eating McDonald's. It was red hot, and it was like, wow. The air conditioning in my Focus weren't working because it needed regassing. So it was like, God, it was so hot. Be nice to get in this shop. We were actually saying it would be nice to get in a shop just to have a bit of a respite from the heat. And we walked in and it was hot. I was like, no. God, it was so hot. I walked out half a stone lighter, actually, because it was that hot. But it's so good. So good. I've seen actually, mate. I've seen recently. I was like, doesn't look like the same shop. Yeah, well, I'm gonna try. I might try. It's a bit of a nightmare. I want to book a week off in March, but I have to consider this operation. Bloody nightmare. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna head back over there, mate. I really do. I kind of like the shop. It's good. It's awesome and finest aquatics. I have my go-to shops. There's the one around here that I don't go to. I'd rather travel out to like Premier, Finest. I like Maidenhead Aquatics at Wigan. That is, to be honest, probably more my go-to shop. Like apart from the ones, I've got two really local ones here that are really good. They're right for like, I'll be nipping in there next week. I just need to get some airline splitters. I'll nip in there. There's one in Haywood as well that's pretty decent. That obviously, like Pete knows. Some great shops. And then there's Aqua Home, which I'm kind of gutted about. Aqua Home was a really good shop. I believe it's closed down. I have to Google it. Someone came on stream a few weeks ago and told us that Aqua Home closed down. Pretty gutting because it was a great shop. It was a great shop. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. Have you been to Finest, Pete? Yeah. But I know. Like I said, I went in the summer, but if it's had an overhaul, I do need to get back. Not been to Maidenhead Aquatics in Wigan. Okay. Oh, all time, so good. It's really good. Like, there's a lad in there, Dave, and I'll be honest, he's so knowledgeable, and like when he gets to know you as well, he's a really nice guy. He sorts you out. If you're in there and you're looking at something, he's out of his phone, you know, and he'll show you what they look like when they colour up. You know, like he knows I like my rainbow fish, so when I go in and they've got like rainbow fish in, he'll come over and he'll be like, right, these haven't really coloured up yet, but when they do, they look like that. And it's like, wow, you know, it's really good. It's good sales technique, really. But yeah, he's spot on. Yeah, I do like Maidenhead Aquatics at Wigan, mate. It's really, really good. But I don't mind them all, really. There's one at Ashton Underline as well, which is probably about 10 miles away from me. That's a good shop as well, but can be a little bit expensive, that one. I think I get away with it in Wigan because he always kind of sorts me out. But yeah, the one at Ashton Underline is a little bit more expensive, but it is one of the places where you can get Kubertai, or is it Kubertai, whatever they're called, neon green Rasboras for the layman. Yeah, great shops. Steam Premier just built my new custom system. I spoke. Oh, really? Oh, nice, mate. Nice. I do need to get in there and kind of get to know him a little bit. I will get in there soon. I need to get over. Give my new car a good run. So this ewe is it's just you've got about, there's about 2 inches of aqua soil, which I believe, if I remember rightly, was the Tropica aqua soil, capped in with just about 1.5 inches of gravel. Kind of messed up though, mate. Did mess up with this. Should have really bagged. Should have bagged the soil, which I didn't do. Like I say, I like to swap and change my plants and try different things. So when you take the plant out, it obviously does pull the soil through. But if you bag it, like I'm going to do with the angel tank, and like we've done with every other tank since, when you take your plants out, the soil stays where it is. The roots go into the bags. So if you're using filter media bags, it's all good. Pete, thanks for joining us, mate. Hope the lady wife gets released today. I hope she's all right, mate. Take care. Like I say, mate, if you need help, give us a bell. School of 40. Is that what you've got, mate? 40 cow. Let them breed and have 90 after you sell 100 of the traditional bow shape. Oh, mate. Yeah, mate. I need a bigger tank, Ken. I need more tanks. I need a bigger fish room. Before I've even started my fish room, I need a bigger one already. But yeah, mate, 40 cali tower would look awesome. It does, mate. It does look good, mate. It does. Kind of, since I took the rocks out and the wood and dropped it as well, I think it just looks better again than what it did like 3 months ago. Yeah, you know, it's the lotus, both lotuses are looking phenomenal at the moment. Let me just move us on to the next tank, because I have got a little bit of work to do on the smaller tanks today, which I know I don't normally do on a Saturday, but with me feeling a bit rough this week and doing the fish room, emptying all that out, kind of let the 2 smaller ones slide a little bit. So I'll get a bit of the water change. I won't be doing water change on them. I've done a water change on the CO2 tank this morning. It's just a bit of maintenance that needs doing on them, really. A bit of plant trimming on the CO2 tank, because I've just let it grow. I have neglected it a little bit, so I'll start taking some water out of it. And I've got like a massive clump of, I'm sure it's called Riccia, the moss that's in the CO2 tank. I've got a massive clump of that. I'm going to give some of that to Tracy. I need to get that sorted out. But like next week when I've done the angel tank, it'll all be out of there. So we're all good. We're all good. Barb tank, not angel tank. I will remember at some point that it's not an angel tank anymore. Probably next week when the angels come out of it and they finally get their own house. Just need to probably get another angel. There's only 2 going in that tank. And the other one's coming out of the barb tank because they're not exactly getting on. Well, they're not, there's nothing going on. Just I think the barbs are a little bit too fast for the angels, really. So I'm going to stick the angels, get another angel, and put them in the rainbow tank. See how they go. take it from there. This glass just never really needs cleaning. The lights on this are on pretty low with it just being Anubias. And it doesn't really need much water change on here today, to be honest. It's more plant trimming on the small tanks. I really think much needs trimming in there. There's little bits of not Anubias. Let's take a bit of that out. So has anyone bought any new fish today? Has anyone been out spending? And if so, what you've been buying? Where are we at? Oh, I've missed a bit of chat here, haven't I? Catch up. Premier. Yeah, no, Premier is awesome. In fact, I've gone too far. Good quality soil, I'd say, Yurio, for sure. The way I look at it, mate, the better quality soil. I'm a firm believer, buddy, of you get what you pay for. And I think if you go for a cheap soil, if you buy cheap, you get cheap. Go for a bit more quality, then you're giving your plants like the best start possible. Always been a believer of it. I have my family are big gardening background, mate. So hence why I'm a believer of getting the better stuff. Put you back onto the tank now. You don't want to. I'm sure you don't want to look at a Banksy for 20 minutes or so. I'm going way too far back. Yeah, that's weird, Ken, isn't it? I think they're all a little bit different, aren't they? Because my Susie don't colour up till like late afternoon. I think they're kind of all a little bit different, aren't they? The myth of rainbows only spawning in the morning. I'm going to get right in the bottom here. Something I keep meaning to do, but I always forget. Do excuse me looking at my backside for a minute. Not the best thing to look at, I'll admit. But yeah, soon there'll be more tanks to do. Can't wait to get the angelfish tank done and dusted and get them in there. Then it might be a case to get down to Premier and have a look, see if you can get me a pair of Plex, pair of Green Phantoms or KK, thanks for joining us, buddy. Hope you're well. Repairing a tank right now. Oh no, what's happened, mate? Stars tank to get rid of. Oh man, that stuff's bomb-proof. Pest. This is like a float. It might not be Ricky and Ken. It's like a floating moss. I've got to admit though, I don't really know how it got in the CO2 tank, but it found its way in there, so maybe. You lost a fish today. Sam, what have you lost, mate? Just clean out my 54 litre of red forks or something there. Algae. Oh, man. Not good. Touch wood. Something I don't really struggle with hair algae. Struggle with hair. It's not hair algae. Big fan of fluval stratum. That's what's going in. That's going to be going in the new angel tank, Daniel, as well. Fluval stratum. I already have a bag of fluval stratum. I don't really know how I've acquired a bag of fluval stratum, but I have. So somewhere along the line, I've bought fluval stratum and not used it. But I don't know. Don't know how I've ended up with a bag, but thankfully I have. So it's one less thing to spend money on, isn't it? Small tanks are a lot harder, Sam. Small tanks are a lot harder, mate, than big. Big tanks look after themselves, mate. Small tanks, though, bit of a nightmare. Things can go wrong quickly in a small tank, mate. I think that's what the problem is, really. Let's get some water back in this baby. All good. I'll put a bit more in today as well. I've short measured it for the past couple of weeks. Kershai, thanks for joining us, buddy. Hope you're well. Yeah, bigger is a lot less work, mate. Bigger is a lot less work. It's just so much. So the volume of water just makes life a lot easier, doesn't it? That's the thing. That's the full tank at the moment, mate. So at the moment, though, kind of want to get the maintenance done. I kind of have to watch as well, mate, when I'm putting the water back in. Obviously, I don't want to flood myself out because flood myself out here, mate, and I'm kind of knackered because it's all laminate flooring. So gotta go pick Pick up a new tank. Good luck, you. Send us some photos, mate, on Facebook or Insta, mate, when you're done. Wouldn't mind having a look at that. If you're in slightly brackish water, male and female mollies shouldn't really need any encouragement to breed, mate, to be perfectly honest. Live bearers are quite rampant. Condition them with bloodworm and maybe brine shrimp and daphnia. Nice high protein diet should induce them to spawning, mate. Maybe a little cold water change might just kick them off as well, as it does with a majority of fish. Yeah, that's it. That's the thing, mate. Yeah, why the swimm's in the basement. Be so careful. See you later, Yuio. Good luck with that tank, mate, if you're still in. Take it easy, man. Gotta get the lady coffee. You, mate, you go and get the lady. You go and get the wife some coffee, man. Otherwise, life won't be worth living. But then again, if she's wired on coffee, your eardrums will be bleeding. I'm only joking. To all the ladies out there. To all the men, not really. We all know the score. You're off, Sam. See you later, buddy. Gotta get ready and head out. Are you out on the bay today, Sam? If you are, I'm rather jealous. Good afternoon, Tracy. How are we, kiddo? Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. This time next week, I'll be getting rid of the... Well, it won't be this time next week, but next week I'll be getting rid of the brine shrimp hatchery out of here as well. That can go into the fish room. Because technically, it doesn't really matter about the noise in there. Oh, God, I don't know why I didn't do it ages ago. But then again, I didn't really think about turning my spare room into a fish room ages ago, to be perfectly honest. So, well, not unfortunately, you're going seeing your mum, mate. We've all got to go and do our bit for our mums and aren't we? But what a shame not going to the pub. Bloody hell. Have a good afternoon, mate. Look after your mum, buddy. Look after your mum. I've had mine to the shop this morning. Bit of the old supermarket shopping going on. She was a bit upset the other day. She kind of got triggered off the program regarding my dad. So everything that had gone on was used to do with my dad. So she was a bit upset. So it's good to go and see her today. Not really missed out on much, Tracy. No, we have. Sam's had a bit of a hair algae problem. It's seen a fish wrapped up in it that's died. So yeah, Trace, she's okay. She's okay. It was just a bit of a mad coincidence, really, that on Deal or No Deal, the lady on Deal or No Deal the other day had lost her husband 4 years ago. My mum lost my dad 4 years ago. She brought this teddy on the show and she was like, I sit it where my husband used to sit. My mum's got a stiff bear that she sits where my dad used to sit. And she was like, my husband used to squeeze my hand 3 times to say I love you. And that's kind of what my mum and dad used to do. Like when my dad had a massive stroke during COVID, so we weren't allowed to go and see him, which was like really hard for all of us. And we went to see, so it's a bit of a weird one really, because when you'd ring up to say, I'd ring up me every other hour to see how he was. And I'd ring up first thing in the morning, 7 o'clock, and that's how he was. And the nurses would tell you, yeah, he's doing really well. And sadly, all the nurses just lie to you when you ring up. So nurses were telling us that my dad he was sat up in bed. He was eating a yogurt, which was like, wow, because he'd had a right-sided stroke. And if you don't know anything about strokes, guys, left-sided strokes are the ones that you've got more chance of surviving. Right-sided stroke, got no chance of surviving, or very, very little chance of surviving. So when we hear that he's sat up in bed eating a yogurt, you kind of think, wow, my dad's that one miraculous person out of a million people that survive a right-sided stroke. So you get told that and it'd build your hopes up, you know, as it would. But then when the specialists ring up later on in the day and tell you that he's got nothing, that the whole right side of his body's dead, kind of makes you wonder why you're getting told lies off the nurses. So I kind of kicked off, and we had a meeting with a stroke specialist, and I was like, look, I don't want 1 minute people telling me that he's doing well and the next minute people telling me that he's a cabbage. It's not on. Just messing with our heads. We can't come and see him. So we weren't allowed to go and see him. So while we were there, my mum had had a COVID jab. My dad had had his COVID jab. They couldn't rule out that it was that killed him, to be perfectly honest. It caused his stroke. But that's another story. So I'd said to his specialist, can my mum go and see him while we're here? And he was like, nah. But she's had a COVID jab, so what's the point of having a COVID jab if you're not going to let her go and see him? And I kind of checkmated him with it. So he was like, right, you're going to have to put a mask on, apron, gloves, and they let her go and see him. And practically the last time she saw him alive. Well, it was the last time she saw him alive. But he wasn't very responsive until she squeezed his hand 3 times, because that's what they used to do from being like young. And he responded to that. So yeah, it kind of it did triggered her a lot. So yeah, she got a bit upset over it. So, and that's the story of how COVID was a bad time. Kind of hurts more when you find out the government that wouldn't let you go and see your dad dying to go and be with him. When you find out that they're partying on the same day, cuts real deep. But hey, it's not fish related, that, guys, is it? But yeah, that's unfortunately, that is how it all went down. Bad times, bad times. If you've still got both your parents, guys, cherish them, because when they're gone, God damn it, painful. Especially if you're close. That's why there'll be a molly tank in the fish room, for sure. There will be a molly tank in the fish room, dedicated to my dad. My dad loved his mollies. He really did. So yeah, there'll definitely be a molly tank. I'm going to look into it. I'll go really deep, because I'll be honest, they're not a fish I've ever had. Mollies, I've never had them before, because of the brackish water thing. So yeah, it's definitely something I need to look into. Make sure the water quality is right for them first, and we'll get a tank of mollies going on, and yeah, all that in respect to my dad, for sure. Ian's tank. Sorry if I'm not reading any of the chat at the moment, guys. I'll just turn that water off. I'm kind of going to move on to the. I do these CO2 tanks today. Bit of plant trimming. I don't know what state these plants are going to be in, because I've kind of let it go. But then again, it may be better, because it might be nicer in bed at the top when I replant. Oh. Oh. Finding streamers everywhere. How mad was last night, guys? You know, the last 10 minutes of the stream last night, it just went crazy, didn't it? It just went absolutely crazy. It was like, I don't know. It did go a little bit wild. I tend to get my decor, mate. It depends. I'll be honest, buddy. It depends, Brian. Kind of go all over different shops. This itself was a shop in Stockport. Got everything in that from that shop. I won't mention the name, because something that I got from that shop killed £2,000 worth of fish, and the shop didn't give a damn, because they'd already took my money. So I won't plug them. I'll never buy there again. Won't slag them off, because I don't want to go to court. But I most definitely will not plug them, buddy, I'm afraid. Yeah, well, Tracy, with the koala bear, everything she said was exactly my mum and dad, how they were. It's just my mum and dad, and it proper upset her. It really got to her. You lost someone yesterday, Anna. Oh, mate, I'm so sorry. Wow. It's painful. Value your parents and that, guys. Because when they go. Years ago, I used to work with this guy years ago, and I was only 22. I think he was about 36, and he suffered quite bad with asthma. And he was married. He had a couple of young kids, and it's kind of like he knew. I don't know. Obviously, you don't know until you're dying, do you? If you know you're dying, I suppose. But he sent his wife to the shop, which is something he never did. He used to go himself, and he sent her to the shop and to get something. When she came back, he was dead in the chair. Had a massive asthma attack and died. It just makes you wonder, did he know? I don't know. This is it, prodigal. You just gotta, like, if you've got your parents, god damn, if you've fallen out with your parents, make friends with them. I can't say much. I don't speak to my brother, but I'm 52 years old. Out of them 52 years I've been alive, I think I've got on with my brother for probably about 5 of them. So, but he's a different level of knobhead. We'll leave it there. But the way I see it, I can preach it with my brother, because the way I look at it, anyone that turns up, unless specifically told to turn up to a funeral like this, then it's different. My dad was smart. My dad was a copper for 25 years. He was a very, very smart person. I mean smart. I don't mean smart up there. Smart clothes. He was always pristine. Yeah. So when my brother turned up at my dad's funeral in jeans and a t-shirt, yeah, I could have buried him that day, literally. And he knows it. He stays well out of my way. I wish he would come. I don't know where he lives, luckily for him. But yeah, when your brother turns up in jeans and a t-shirt to his dad's funeral, would I ever get friendly with him again? I'd invite him round. To my house. Any day of the week he could come round. But he wouldn't make it out of here. No way. That's the one, old time. That's the one. Your dad's having his 3rd hernia, mate. I'm expecting my 1st hernia up. And yeah, mate, try and get her to quit smoking. But sometimes, mate, that can trigger other things, It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. I always remember a guy across the road from us, me growing up. I always remember this guy. He was a proper alcoholic. His stepson told us he used to drink a litre of vodka before he got out of bed. Yeah, that's how he was. Yeah, he was a massive drinker. He came out, it was one of our mates years ago. One of our mates, he was in the army, he was been posted to Germany. So we had a day out on the booze, and he came with us, and because it was one of his family members, and he's the only person I know that can. He used to order a pint, but he'd order 2 pints, and he'd drink one while he was waiting for the other to be poured. Kind of that's what he was like. But he sat on a chair with a pint and fell off the chair with a full pint of Guinness, and didn't spill a drop. It was quite a magnificent feat, really, and he was absolutely steamed. Like I say, he'd have a litre of vodka before he got out of bed. Comic Book G-Man, thanks for joining us, buddy. Hope you're well. How's it going, bud? just catch up on a bit of the old chat. Yeah, let's talk about chocolate. Yeah, because we've got good news regarding chocolate today. Tesco's have started doing the small bars of whole nut again. Hey! You've had similar dealings all the time with that so-called shop, yeah? Yeah, mate. Not impressed. Not impressed. I think all the staff are on commission there. So I used to go in every Tuesday. And see the same guy, and you'd see him you'd see ka-ching in his eyes as I walked in, because he knew that I would be spending money. And I went in one day and he was like, how's the tank? I went, not good. So he was like, let me deal with these, I'll come and speak to you. And I was like, lost everything. I bought a blue panic the week before. And within like pretty much 3 to 5 days of introducing the blue panic in the tank, everything died. And then the last thing to die in the tank was the blue panic. And yeah, I went back and was like, look, something's come out of there. I'm a bit of a one-me. I like to test the water of the shops I'm buying my fish from as well. So I test the water in the bag when I get home. Ammonia, high in ammonia. And I was like, you do know that your water's like well out, high ammonia levels. And yeah, the owner was having none of it. He was having none of it. He was like, no, it's not. I mean, it is. Tested your water, mate. Your water's out. But needless to say, never been back, and we never will go back. And as you've seen today, I will promote shops on here. I'm not affiliated with any shop, but the shops I go to that I enjoy: Cascade in Bury, Complete Coin Aquatics in Brakemet, which is Bolton, Maidenhead Aquatics Wigan, Maidenhead Aquatics Ashton Underline, Premier Aquatics, Finest Aquatics. I will have no qualms about naming them shops all the time, because I know they're reliable. I know the staff are good. They'll look after you. I won't name that shop because I will not give them any form of promotion whatsoever. Wow, mate. Jet mechanic in the Marines. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely the kind of job where you want the person to actually know what they're doing in it. I know, prodigal. You know what? My brother's older than me, though. My brother's older than me. I don't really understand your question, man. Let me know how many days I can get good experience with planting tank. Just got to plant them, mate, and treat them right and let them grow. That's all I can say to you, really. Great when he's spending, yeah. Yeah, mate. I'm the same old time. I will never go back there. Never go back there. The tank is the only thing that didn't come from that shop. Everything else did. The wood, the rocks. Believe it or not, £300 worth of rock in there for a start. Yeah. And the fish at the time spent a fortune. It was a kind of like a bit more of an expensive species kind of tank. Ram, and if you kind of word your question so I understand what you're going on about, mate, I will. But let me know how many days I can get good experience with planted tank and best fishes. Is, to me, doesn't make sense, mate. So if you can kind of word your question so I can actually answer it, I will answer it. Sorry, buddy. That's the way it is. The old Steve, I was tempted to go back in, but I'd end up bloody kicking off, mate. I'd end up kicking off. Right, let me just put you on that for a second. I have to do a bit of manoeuvring because I want to try and do a bit of work on the. I want to do a bit of work on the CO2 tank. Let's move that drink before it goes. I spill way too many drinks, me. So let me just get set up over here a little bit. But you know what, though? I am so glad it's not just me that's had a problem with them, buddy. I'm glad it's not just me that's had the problem with them. Kind of makes it a bit more palatable, if you will. What we're like there, can we see? I put you like that. It's not. I do apologise. There's not much you're going to be able to see me doing here, guys. But I do need to. I do need to do this. Right. Let's see. It's a bit of a mission. It is a bit of a mission with a glass top and all that. So, and obviously water. So bear with me a second. Lights off. Glass off. Lights back on. So Ken, when we said Rick here before me, and he was like, yeah, it's like a bloody weed. Is it this stuff that you're on about? Is it like that? It's like it is like a floating moss. It's like pretty cool, but yeah, it can be a bit of a pain. But it's kind of took over the tank. How long does it take for the tank to season? Is that the question? May be prodigal. I'm not quite sure. To cycle your tank, there's loads of different ways now, isn't there? You can use goop. You can use all kinds to kind of have it cycled straight away. It's something I've never used, so it's not something I can always like say, yeah, use this stuff because I've never used it. But if you're going to cycle your tank like the proper way, if you will, you're looking at 6 weeks, aren't you? Ish. But I kind of I don't really appreciate someone asking a question as well, mate, and then 2 minutes later, answer my question. Like, right, not being funny, but you can see I'm busy. If you stayed in the chat, you'd know that I will get round to answering your question. I just don't kind of not feeling the vibe from him either, buddy. That old time, you know what, mate? This is exactly what I was going through with them, mate. The brilliant shop, absolutely brilliant shop. Until something goes wrong, and then the owner is an absolute knobhead. And yeah, he damages his own business, I think, to be perfectly honest with you, mate. I do. I think he damages his own business, which is like, wow, why would you do that? All I'd ask for a little bit of help. Meet me halfway. Spent £2 in your shop, mate. Meet me halfway so I can replenish some stock. Not interested at all. So, but he's lost out in the long run. If you want to know, have a look at my Google review for the place. Believe me, doesn't do him any good. And there's like, it said like hundreds of views as well. So yeah, this is the problem, isn't it? They want your money, but when it comes to something going wrong, they're just not interested. Just not interested. So practicing to be a plumber. And I was thinking, you're not seeing my, not seeing me, are you? Not seeing my bloody butt crack, are you? I need to struggle because of the. Let me put you there. See if we can. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see that, for sure. Just want to try and get some of this trimmed out today. I think I need better scissors as well. I bought these scissors thinking they were going to be really good, and they're not really that as good as I thought they would be. I have got other scissors though, to be perfectly honest. Let me go and get me other scissors. I've got a better pair of scissors. I don't know why I'm using them. Ah, that's better. See what I'm doing now. They're only really good for when I'm cutting the grass at the front. Let's get rid of some of that. Pick your own scissors up, like you do. I have just like let this grow wild, to be perfectly honest. To the point where I've just noticed I've actually got a couple of Anubias flowers in here. God, flower will be way better as well once I get rid of this. We'll sort them out later on. I do have a few plant tubs, which I'll stick this in and go through it later. But wow. got to admit, I'm going to do the grass in a minute. And I hate it. I hate trimming the grass. I do. Proper pecks my head. Don't mind trimming the grass. It's just getting it off. Getting it out afterwards. It really does. It grates. Bloody hate it. Right, come on you. Little CPD there. Finding his way into the net. I'm sure there's only one. Fish are just too nosy, aren't they? They are like way too nosy. Get in the way. I wonder why they get caught up in nets. Yeah, I think they're all on commission all the time. I do. I think they're all commission staff for sure, because they're always trying to sell you other stuff while you're there. That's what I always like. Kind of knew that they were on commission. They're always trying to sell you a little bit extra, which you'll probably have seen yourself. You go in, you're like, right, what food for some cories? Oh yeah, well you want this, you want this, you want this, this. You're like, Jesus, mate. Food bill's more than mine. And you come out for just for the cories. Soon cottoned on to what they were up to. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're on commission. I do apologise for getting my back for a minute, guys. Just let me get this grass cut. And trim the cories as well, seeing as they keep getting in the way. Need a lawnmower. Right, so that's that cut. I also want to trim out some of the Anubias as well. Even though they are good leaves, the Anubias is kind of encroaching onto the booths. So it's just a case of giving that a good trimming out as well. Soon, where's that go? Try to do this as quick as possible, guys, so you're not just looking at the back of my head. There's not much you can do though. That's better though. Now, get rid of all the bloody grass that I've trimmed out. Here's the worst bit. I don't know an easy way of getting rid of the grass. When you've trimmed your lawn on a tank, easiest way of getting rid of the grass. I suppose really, I should turn the filter off, but that would make life a bit easier. Oh, this is where I need. I can never remember which one the filter is. Is that one? That'll be the one. All good. All good. So it will be better once I label them up. Got my label maker, just not just not got round to doing it yet. Just bear with us a sec, guys, because my central heating's just come on and don't need that at the moment. Turn that off. Gets toasty in here when I'm moving about. Why are you breaking them down, Kenneth? The kind of like old tank kind of syndrome thing, is it? Or you just feel like a change, mate? Let me just get a bit of kitchen roll. Get rid of all this on the side. I'm kind of hoping that we're kind of done. But as you'll know, you think you've got rid of all your trimmings, don't you? And then you put the lid back on and all of a sudden, load of trimmings come from nowhere. Do for me anyway. My trimmings are an absolute nightmare. Even with Anubias, like you trim some leaves off the Anubias, and you think, right, they're all gone, got rid of them all good. And then before you know it, there's loads floating about again. But I think there's bloody loads on the surface, so grass is just, it's not therapeutic trimming your grass at all. I'll do. Hopefully look a bit better. Put that moss back in because it literally is a case of that's going to be going into the angel tank. The angels may eat it, you never know, but all good, all good. Right, it's a bit of a it'll do for now kind of thing. That I'll probably end up having to take the lid off again later on this evening just to get more of the trimmings away. But for now, it'll do because I need to clean that glass as well. Job for another day. But a bit better. Right, I'm going to move you on to the shrimp tank, guys, because I need to do a little bit of work in there as well. Don't normally do this on the stream, to be perfectly honest. As you know, it's normally just the big tanks. But I really have let the small ones go a little bit. I'll tie them into my little shrimp into there for a bit. We'll sort that out later. Can you actually see? Is it looking all right? I just want to make sure you're getting a good visual, guys. Before I start this, let me catch up on a bit of the chat first, eh? Fathom Aquatics, thanks for joining us, buddy. Oh, they certainly jump on you in there, mate, don't they? They certainly jump on you. They know, though, don't they? They know the people that come in and spend. That's why I think they're all on. That's why I think they're all on commission. Cheers, Fathom. I'll be honest with you, Daniel. I always trim it at the waterline, buddy, and it just carries on growing. Pretty sure it does grow from the bottom. So yeah, mate, I always trim it from the bottom. Yeah, mate, upselling. Yeah, but I think they're on commission though, Steve. That's the thing. There's upselling, yeah, and there's commission-based upselling. They were definitely commission-based, mate. Definitely. Because nobody upsold like they did. It's like the job depended on it, and yeah, it was definitely commission based. Hey, Rainer, good afternoon, buddy. Hope you're well. Just knocked you up there, Fathom, because I know you're trustable, so especially if you know Rainer as well. So I know you're trustable. There's some people in there that just ain't trustable. No. That's gratitude for you, mate, isn't it? Being sick on you. That's gratitude for you. I watched a good a video on YouTube on Facebook the other day. The lad did the same. His little one puked on him, and he said to his other one, "Go and get your mum," because he had like sick coming all the way down him. And as she lifted the baby off him, he was sick again, all in his mouth. Ooh, God, yeah. Ooh, lovely. HHD, thanks for joining us, buddy. Hope you're well. Peppling Creek, how are we? I've never, I think you're new to the stream, so welcome, buddy. I hope you enjoy. I know, where are the thumbs up? I don't think people realise what thumbs up do to channels. Really do help loads. It's been snowing since 10. Oh, God damn. Snowing for 10 days. Right, keeping fish. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Hope you're well. Yeah, I've kind of knocked you up, Fathom. it's a way for me to know that I can just read your message out without being set up. Friday nights are a bit of a one, mate. If you've ever done a stream on a Friday night, honestly, there's a few people that have been sucking on them wine gums, come in and wow. It's crazy. Hopefully, though, we've kind of eradicated one idiot. We kind of blocked every one of his profiles last night, so all good. I'm on 23 likes, I'm showing here. I think some are only, if you're watching on like a laptop or something like that, I think they only update if you kind of refresh. Feeding seahorses, oh mate, that's gotta be such a good thing, that though. Oh, I'm on 23, so someone must have disliked mine. Someone unliked me. Oh, I'm caught up on chat. Right, I'm gonna kind of give this this moss a little bit of a go. I'm trying to get rid of just a little bit of the algae in here. The algae growth has died off in here. I just need to probably drop the light a little bit more. I want to get that off there today as well because that's terrible. Bit of salt damage on the wood. So I've got Rickia moss in here as well, which is where it was originally bought. So I don't really know how that's getting binned though. You might be right, you know, Ken. I think the Rickia moss is a bit of a nightmare. Just make sure there's no shrimp in there. I think we're good. It's quite it infests, doesn't it? I've kind of let this go a bit too far, really. I say, we've been a bit rough recently and busy. Kind of let it slide. I may have to start doing some more work on the smaller tanks on a Saturday afternoon as well on stream, rather than do it on a Tuesday night, because that's when I normally do my little tanks on Tuesday night, my night off. But we'll see. I don't really want to trim the moss that much. I do like the way the moss is growing over the wood. Oh, yeah, bloody scissors are rubbish. And some of the damn endlers as well need to go out of here. Oh God, endlers just like, they infest, don't they? They're unreal. Definitely a money-making fish handlers if you want to get into it. Wow. Yeah, I've let this go too far. I say this all the time though when I do it. Soon sorts itself out though. Don't really do much work on the shrimp tank. Kind of don't. I'm going to do a little bit of a water change on this though today, which is something I don't really do. But it hasn't been, it's probably not had a water change for a couple of months now. So I think I'm going to, let's get my everything's kind of all over the place at the moment, guys. I'm a bit, where the bloody hell? Where the hell is everything? I've literally had my, I had it this morning. I've put it down. Ah, there it is. There it is. There it is. I remember. Just gonna get a little bit of that crap out of the bottom. Now I know the shrimp in here, guys, but I have got filter floss in this as well, so it does kind of stops the shrimp going up. It also does stop a lot of the crap going up, but the crap sticks in the filter floss, so, and then it raises up anyway. So I need a pair of tights, I think. Be way better in it. Pair of tights over the end. It's got to be the easier way of doing it, hasn't it? To stop anything going up. Sorry, I'm not very talkative while I'm doing this. I'm just trying to concentrate on trying to get no shrimp up there. Which is quite successful. It's all good. Right, guys, if you bear with me a second, I'm just going to get rid of that water I've just taken out. Get rid of some of that off there as well, because some of the moss has just proper taken over. It's going to be all around just look better once it's settled down again, this now. We'll just get rid of that, and bear with me a second. Get that water top back up. So if anyone's in at the moment, if you aren't a subscriber to the channel, do please support the channel by pressing the subscribe button, pressing the like button. Like button just helps channels grow. So if you can do us a favour and click that like button, guys, that'd be awesome. I apologise for the noise in here. I'm in my bathroom, but it's a little bit echoey. Putting some water in the bucket. So obviously it's not the best thing you want to be hearing at the moment. Hopefully it's not deafening for you. If you're on AirPods, I do apologise. Okay, I am kind of back with you. Just let me a snail there that's quite a decent sized ramshorn snail, to be perfectly honest. Dechlorinator in the water. Now I don't really do much with this, but there will be a little bit of fertilizer goes in that water as well for the plants. Before I start everything going, oh Jesus, oh yeah, that wouldn't have gone down well. iPhone for work going into the tank, yeah, that would have gone down well, my boss. Sorry, boss, but the iPhone you got me. It's kind of sat at the bottom of my shrimp tank, mate. I do apologise. Right. Where is everything? As you can see, I'm always like really organised. I try to be organised, but then things just end up not being that way. Now I do kind of drip the water back in on the shrimp tank, as not to like really affect them that much. I just want to get these a bit of a trimming off and get them replanted as well. So, and then I'm kind of good to go. I will sit down, get myself a drink. So I replant them, start the water going back in, and happy days, kind of with you properly then. That was it. In all fairness, though, when I do a little bit of maintenance like this, it proper brings the shrimp out. It really does. It's all that like food that's floating around. We're good to go. So this is how I put water back in my shrimp tanks. Airline tube. That's an old scraper, which I've put an airline tube onto with a little V airline splitter. That goes into my bucket. And then I have on the other end just a little I should hopefully see some water coming in. Yes, there we go. So that's that. Get rid of that. They can all go in there. That can go in there for now. Let me just get rid of all this rubbish, and then I'm kind of with you a little bit more. Let's go outside. Right. Yeah, I think them scissors are going to get retired. I think they are really poor. They weren't cheap either. That's what gets me. I don't really buy cheap stuff, but sometimes, yeah, like with them scissors, they've been terrible, to be perfectly honest. There's my forgotten how to get the salt off your glass. Little razor scraper. Works a dream. Works every time. I will tell you what I'll do. I'll let you watch that for a second. I know I don't know if you can actually see that properly. Right, guys, let me just wash this glass top, and then that's kind of it. We're done. If I can get it washed now, I can get it back on, and then all good. But yeah, I see it all the time. People asking on Facebook, how do you get rid of salt that crystallizes on your glass? Razor blade scraper, every time. Just works a dream. Works an absolute dream. Glass lid back on. I'm just going to put a bit more water into that bucket. I think we should be good to go. Saturday night, guys. Can anyone recommend a good movie for tonight for me? Something on Netflix, something like that. I watched last week. I'm not into romantic films or anything like that, but it wasn't really. I don't really know why it's called what it's called. Love and Monsters. Has anyone seen it on Netflix? Like a post-apocalyptic kind of thing with loads of monsters after a nuclear fallout. It's all right, you know, kind of all right. It wasn't great, but what a good film to watch tonight. In fact, here we go. Right, I'm a big Dexter fan, guys. I know it's not fish related, but sometimes when you've got an audience, you want to know. Dexter Resurrection, or Resurrected, the new Dexter series of when he was young. Has anyone seen it? Is it good? If anyone has seen it. I've not seen any write-ups on it or anything. But I like Dexter, the original. So has anyone actually seen the new series of Dexter? So if it's good, I might get that on tonight instead. So Michael C. Hall plays his dark passenger, doesn't he? So kind of, yeah, I do want to watch it. Guys, I think I'm with you. I can catch up on chat and then I can see if anyone's seen Dexter. Forget the fish. It's Dexter night. Right. Okay, so things are moving. We're nearly here. I'll just laptop. Boom. Laptop can go over there because I cannot be trusted with a drink and a laptop on the same table. No way can I. So let me have a look where we're at. Right, guys, let me see. Tracy, I to be honest, mate, I don't really touch it. I never test it or anything. What I'll do, I will test it. I'll test it later on, and I'll send you the results over, Tracy. I never really bother with it. The water, it gets a little water change like once a month. And that's only when I do like that, where I need to take siphon a bit of crap out of the front. Otherwise, I don't touch it. But I'll test it later on, Tracy, on the on an API test, and I'll send it over to you. Is it fantastic, Daniel? Yeah. Life next night when people watching the new series is as good as the original. Oh, mate, that's made my day. is it complete now? Is season 1 done? Out of interest. Watch your tanks and listen to music. If you ever watched him, yeah, mate. Steve, I love In-Betweeners, mate. I love it. Mad thing was, I'd never seen it. I'd never seen In-Betweeners, and then where I used to work, when I worked for DHL during COVID, I was paired up with me mate. We'd asked to be paired up because we were good mates outside work as well, and he was like, what? Give me something funny to watch, Russ, on TV. I want something funny to watch. So I was like, I'm a massive fan of Only Fools and Horses, me. I love Only Fools and Horses. I reckon, well, I don't reckon, I know that I can see a picture of a scene, just a picture of a scene, and I can tell you what episode it's from. That's how bad I am with Only Fools and Horses. So I was like, have you ever seen Only Fools and Horses? No. He was like, my mate's like 10 years younger than me. He'd never watched it. He's Scottish. He'd never watched it. I was like, mate, you need to get onto Only Fools and Horses. It says, first season's a little bit, it's good, but it's like getting to know all your characters and that. I says, but it's so good. So he watched it. He was like, that is awesome. He says, have you ever watched In-Betweeners? I was like, no, I've never seen it. So we used to watch an episode of In-Betweeners when we're on taco break. Oh, man, it's so good. And both movies are good as well. To be honest, the movies are bloody brilliant. I think your KH could do probably being a little bit higher, Trace, but as long as it's stable, that's what Richard always says, isn't it? Stability more than anything. But like I say, I'll see my KH. I can't really see the KH being too much, mate, because it's 0 KH out of the tap. So, and I don't put any buffer in there. I literally just leave it. But yeah, mate, I'll do a full test for you in a bit and send it over to you. The weird thing is, like, you see people with Neo Caridina shrimp that GH is 400. My GH is nowhere near 400, nowhere near. It's a little bit weird. I'm not a big one for understanding KH and GH, to be honest. I think it's something that you never had to be bothered about years ago. It appears to be an obstacle that somewhere along the line it's been thrown in the mix. We watched the episode last night. I think there's going to be 1 or 2 more episodes this season. Right, I can start watching it, can't I? Last night's episode. I love Dexter, mate. I love Dexter. So I had it, obviously, like last night when I got home, I found out I'd been hacked and, well, possibly DOSed as well. Doxed, whatever it is. Anyway, yeah, when I was talking to BT, I ended up talking to a woman. I don't know how it come about. She said she likes to binge watch things. She says, but I've not got anything to watch. And I was like, have you ever watched Dexter? And she was like, no. What's that? So I was telling her about it. She's like, I'm gonna get on it. I was like, you'll like it. You'll like Dexter. It's brilliant. So I spent half an hour talking to her about Dexter. It's something about Dexter. It's so good. If you want a badass book to listen to, Dungeon Crawler Cow. Is it, Ken? I've never really done audiobooks, mate, to be honest. But might be something to look at when I'm in the van, because like I have an hour's drive to work in the morning, and the radio's all right in the morning, but in the afternoon, it's not that great. Although it has got a little bit better with Trevor Nelson. Don't mind him, but yeah, I might have to look at audiobooks. Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I'm gonna look that up, Ken. I'm gonna look that up. Right, I am up to date on chat. Oh my god. Honestly, there are so many shrimp out. Whoa. There's a couple of like really nicely saddled shrimp in there as well, which is good. David Jason. Oh man. Yeah, to be honest, mate, I do like David Jason. I'm not really one for reading. I like reading. I do like reading. I like James Patterson books. I like murder mystery. James Patterson books and Peter James. If you don't know Peter James writes the. They've actually started televising the series now, aren't they? What's it bloody called? Murder mystery. To be honest, I think I'd say within the next month, we're due a new series of them as well. Oh God, I'm going to Google it because they're all the dead books. What's the character called? Grace. Have you ever seen the series Is a Grace? The books are phenomenal. So I read the first Peter James book, and it's kind of about these lads that go on a stag night and they play a joke on the mate. They stick him in a coffin and bury him, and then drive off and leave him buried. No one knows where he is, and they have a crash and kills them all. Oh God damn, it's so good. It's such a good book. Oh, Steve, Detectorists is. I think I've seen Detectorists about 4 times now. That is a bloody great series. And I'll be honest, I don't really know why it's so good. It just is. Yeah, Detectorists is brilliant. I've recommended it to a few as well, and they're like, that is awesome. I don't really know why. I don't know why it's so good, Detectorists. It just is. It's just easy watching. It's funny. I love it. I love it. In fact, I think we've spoke about it before, Steve, because you sent me a picture because I was confused how they knew what ring pulls were what on tins, and you sent me a thing saying, look, and I didn't realise that obviously back in the day that ring pulls are all different and they're all categorised to what they were. I'd never realised until you sent me a picture of it. Yeah, that's it, Steve. It is. It's just heartwarming. It's just really good, isn't it? It's just a really good program with Art and Garfunkel. So good, is it? Art and Garfunkel. It is Art and Garfunkel, isn't it? So good. So good. 90% of the books I read are fantasy or sci-fi, also into murder mystery into the series is just Sword of Truth, fantasy saga. All written. I do like a good book. I do. Peter James, oh goddamn, so good. Yeah, Tracy, that Grace is so good in it. John Sims is brilliant in it as well. But they're bloody brilliant. We really do get into them. Text to voice. It's yeah. I'm gonna start watching Dexter. I'm gonna start watching Dexter. Now I've heard it's as good as the original. I liked the last one as well, where he gets. I was a bit disappointed they killed him off though, but I believe this takes off from there, and it's like he's in his life flashing back. Old time. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Catch you next time, hopefully, mate. We're back on Monday at 8. Might be able to show you a bit of a sneak preview of all the racking, because tomorrow, busy tomorrow, mate, with doing the racking for the fish room. So hopefully, all going to plan Monday's stream, and I'll be able to show you around a little bit, show you what I've done. Hopefully, if it all goes to plan. You never know. You never know with my health at the moment, but yeah, hopefully Monday's stream will be there. Next Sunday, then will be the angelfish tank. And yeah, mate, all good, all good. See you soon, old time. Cheers, buddy. Just want to keep an eye on that, because I've put a little bit extra water in to top it up. Certainly pulls a shrimp out when you do some work. Hope the crack works out. I do as well. The rack, no, I'd rather the crack work out, to be honest. Probably get better off if I turn on, get myself on the crack anyway. Probably I'd be able to afford to have my operation then. Oh God. That is an England problem at the moment. It's an England problem at the moment. I've worked all my life, never claimed any kind of benefits. I've worked full time since I was 16. I'm now 52, and I can't afford. The company I work for, I don't pay sick pay, and I can't afford to take 6 weeks off work. I'm not entitled to anything. So what do you do? What do you do? What do you do when your country won't look after you? Do you use metal corner supports? No, crazy, no. I don't want to call you crazy, mate. Sorry. No, Rainer, no. It's going to be it's done with breeze blocks and wooden shelves, and paint. And so it's just going to be a case of building them. It's like Lego, in it. Building them up, getting them painted. But yeah, mate, nothing extra. Nothing extra. I do this. I did it to Will. Will changed his came on with a different account, and I'd been talking to her on Instagram on that account. And an hour later, starts the YouTube, and I started calling him Tank Tech Talk. And I was like, "Sorry, mate, I forgot it was Will." Honestly, Ed's gone. Daniel, honestly, we don't even get that, mate. Don't even get that. Kind of breaks my heart, mate, really. Because if you don't want to go political on this, but yeah, it's not great, mate. The UK doesn't look after its own at the moment. It's really, really bad. Really bad. Like I say, I will probably not be able to have my operation. That's how it is. Just gonna be a case of having to go in and bear it and hope to God that it doesn't get worse. I know. There's certain plants you can sell to make money. It's not good, is it, Tracy? But it's at the moment when your government are giving people that come here in dinghies, PlayStation 5s at £500 a go, so they don't get bored. The way I look at it, all I want is 6 PlayStation 5s. That's all I want. That's it. I've never claimed a penny. I just need 6 equivalent of PlayStation 5s that they give to people that never paid into the country. Not entitled to it though. Not entitled to it. To be honest with you, Daniel, it's no good. It's no good, mate. I'd rather not pay my national insurance stamp and go private. That's where I'm at. Because let's face it, when I got taken into hospital, got seen by a doctor that asked me what I thought it was. I said to him, I'm not the one who spent 8 years in university, mate, being a doctor. You tell me. And it turns out that he got it wrong anyway. So to be honest, it would have been better off going off my diagnosis, wouldn't we? Because let's face it, he got it bleeding wrong anyway. So I went 2 months. I've gone 2 months thinking I had kidney stones when I've got a hernia. Carrying 4 tons into shops like every day. 4 tons. Not even supposed to be lifting or anything, and I've been carrying in with no damn giving, man. It's a shame because I know Steve's, your daughter's paramedic, isn't she, mate? She must see it as well, though. She must see it. We get your operation eventually, but say I can't afford to take 6 weeks off work. An operation with kidney stones probably could have winged it. Take a week off, probably be all right. Hernia, no chance. Not going to be back in work. I'm not going to be back carrying 4 tons of potatoes per day after a week. It's not happening. It'll just do me in. BGN Aquatics, thanks for joining us, buddy. Hope you're well. I got refused an ambulance, Daniel. I collapsed in work, and they refused me an ambulance. I got taken to A&E in a truck. Yeah, the pay's an issue for everyone, I think, in this country, though, to be honest. And it's mad that, isn't it, Raina? Got taken to A&E in a truck because they refused me an ambulance. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Poor state of affairs. I know, Matt Kinnian pulling up at A&E in a big truck. He gets out, stumbles into hospital. Emad, thanks for joining us, buddy. Hope you're well. But yeah, rung 999 and she was like, the ambulance is on its way. I just need to ask you some questions. And she said, are you on your own? Whereas, no, I've got my bosses with me. Right, well, I'm not going to send you an ambulance then. You have to make your own way there. All right, that's good. Bloody brilliant. I've had my moan. I've had my moan. And you, Emad. And you, mate. Long time no see. Yeah. Yeah. See, like Steve his daughter must see it. His daughter must see it. My dad did. My dad was a copper, and he saw how it changed, and he retired. My dad retired from the police in the 90s, and he'd seen how it had changed then. And wow, honestly, if my dad could see the British police force now, honestly, I think it'd break his heart. I think it'd break his heart because my dad was an old school copper. Take no BS, you know. Now, wow, man, it'd break my dad's heart if he saw the police force now in the UK. Crying shame, crying shame. The way, like, I don't know, it's a scary country nowadays. It should be good. It should be good. I'm going to show you something because it's pretty remarkable. So I've wanted to do a bit of a clean out in the shrimp tank. Honestly, it proper brings them out. Honestly, like look at the amount of shrimp on the top of there for a start. Honestly, just like once I trim everything, just ends up shrimp galore. There are so many shrimp in here at the moment. But yeah, it's gonna look better. It'll look way better once it's full and settled down again. It'll look cool, that shrimp tank again then. I don't really like letting it go like that. It's I've not really been that good. Not been that great. So President Musk. That'll be interesting though. Haven't they announced overnight they're gonna try and put man on Mars? I love that bit. You know what? I hope they do. It was always debatable, wasn't it, whether they landed on the moon? Does anyone think we landed on the moon? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But if we can get man on Mars in my lifetime, I'd be pretty bloody amazed at that. And like, yeah, I do think they did, Steve. It's just like some people do throw in a good argument, don't they? And I weren't about at that time, so. But yeah, what Musk's done for space travel really is pretty phenomenal, isn't it? I don't really like what Musk's done with the Starlink though. Well, you do see it now and again, don't you? Flying over it, it's pretty mad. It's pretty mad, but I do like the night sky, especially at the moment. The night sky at the moment is phenomenal. It's nice just to see. A bit of a mad one. The other night, what was it? Wednesday night, when I came off stream, one of my neighbours was in stream, and I'd said to him, "Oh, next time you're out having a fag, mate, give us a shout. I'll come out and have a chat with you." I didn't think he'd come and have a fag straight after the stream, though. So we ended up looking at the stars and that, and then we ended up having a massive argument. We're all right now. He was like, but yeah, we ended up having an argument, like difference in opinion on politics, which we should never have got into anyway. But so if he's watching, don't worry, man. We're still mates. Yeah, I do think I do think they did go on the moon, mate. It's just there is that odd good argument, isn't there? The flat Earth thing, though, that's the flat Earth thing is so easily solved, in it. If the Earth was flat, cats would have pushed everything off it by now. Simple fact, isn't it? Yeah, the flat Earth thing is just like that's just stupid. That's just stupid. But I believe there's life out there. I do like my I like my yeah, unfortunately, Daniel, the Earth is round. It'd be weird, wouldn't it, if every other planet's round and Earth's flat? That'd be weird. But yeah, it's easily solved. Cats would have pushed everything off the Earth by now if it were flat. Can't argue with it. Can't argue with it. Oh, Ken, are they on? Put them on Insta, mate. I had the Northern Lights round, but I didn't have them round personally. I had the Northern Lights round here like a few months ago. Yeah, the Northern Lights were visible around here. Yeah, a couple of months ago, I did put it on Facebook. Something I've never seen, and it was pretty rare to get them in Manchester. Bloody hell! I believe you could see him in Wales as well, not long back. Did you see him, Steve, by any chance? I believe you could see in the Northern Lights, but one of my mates has just been to Reykjavik with his missus. His missus bought him. I think he might have done like 10 days in Reykjavik. She bought it in for Christmas. And I'll be honest, I was pretty bloody jealous. Some of the photographs that he was sending out, oh my God. I was well jealous. And he was like, you need to go. I was like, damn right, I need to go. And he was like, if you go, I'll come with you. I was like, wow. Northern Lights were amazing. Greens, reds. Some of the just like the ice kind of structures, if you will, there was just phenomenal. I was like, wow, I really do need to go there. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I do remember you saying that, mate. Yeah, have you done it? Did you have a go? Did you squeeze them out? You've got big kahunas, Emad, for that, mate. Big kahunas. Why do you think the last one was it Apollo 10? There's some controversy about Apollo. Was it Apollo 10 where there was a bit of controversy about it? Oh, Ken. You are a bloody legend, mate. You are a bloody legend. Thank you so much, mate. You really are amazing. Show Ken some love in the chat, guys. Please do. 5 gifted. Woohoo! So good, mate. Honestly, you are amazing, mate. You are amazing. Now I know a little bit more about gifted as well. Now I know a little bit more about them. So Ken has gifted 5 memberships. So you become a member for 30 days. I think it is 30 days, is it, Ken? Yeah, it did throw out a little bit of confusion for me, this, because obviously I am new to being monetized on YouTube, so I don't really understand any of it. And I thought the gifted would roll over, but they don't. So Ken, thank you so much, mate. Honestly, you are amazing, buddy. You really are. Yeah, the Stringer Starlink. it's good, mate. But if you get out there at the moment, Steve, because all the planets are all aligned, you do see quite a few on a nice clear night. It's bloody brilliant. Bloody brilliant. But yeah, I believe you could see it in Wales, but I think are you more like South Wales though, Steve? I think you could see them more North Wales. Ken, you are amazing, mate. You really are. Katie, thanks for joining us, mate. Thanks. I think it was in last week as well, wasn't you? Thank you, mate. I hope, I'm glad you've returned. It shows we must be doing something right. So they announced that they want to go to Mars. I know we're not Fish Talk anymore now, is it? But when does it ever stay Fish Talk? Say they announced that they were going to put a 5-man team on Mars, yeah, and one of them was just going to be a regular person like me or you, yeah. And they were said, like, you know what, sign up and we'll pick the name out of a hat. Would you sign up for it? Would you sign up to go to Mars if they offered it to one average Joe? I do apologise if you've got earbuds. You're going to get sirens coming at you in a second, so I do apologise. I do try and give people a heads up because I know it can be pretty piercing. Would you sign up for it? Because I definitely would. I'd love that. I'd love that. Trip to Mars. Damn. Imagine that, the aquascape. Just got a little bit of rock from Mars into the aquascape there. Kenny's he's amazing, Tracy, isn't he? He is bloody amazing. You know what, Daniel? It's random, mate. It's random. Yeah, it's a weird one because the first time someone ever gifted memberships, it was only Oscars gifted 5 memberships. Ken was one of them, and I've done a couple of live streams with Ken as well. So next time I saw Ken, I was like, do you know only Oscars? He was like, no, mate, don't know him. It turns out YouTube just randomly pick 5 people that have been in before or have like watched a few of my videos or whatever. And that's kind of how it works. I thought it was a rolling thing, like membership is. So when I got up this morning and I looked, yeah, if you're trying to make it on YouTube, right? Yeah, you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is check the YouTube Studio app, right? Yeah, to see if you've made it big time in them 5 hours that I'm asleep, right? So I looked and was like, whoa, I've lost 5 members overnight. So I was well concerned. I was like, why have I lost 5 members overnight? So I look, and it's the 5 that only Oscars had gifted, which must have been 30 days ago. So I look, Mike Myers, he was gifted one off only Oscars. Ken was, and there was like 3 others. Jim's Fish was one of them as well. So I looked and they'd all gone. I was like, oh no. So I instantly thought that only Oscars had cancelled the memberships. So I was like, fair dues, everyone can cancel the memberships. It's not a given that people sign up and you can cancel membership at any point. So I messaged Ken because I was like, I knew Ken had probably come in today. So I was like, Ken, just to let you know, I think Oscars has cancelled your membership, mate. So when you come on today, you won't have it. But it's totally out of my hands. Obviously, I felt really bad because Ken's gifted so many. And then anyway, Ken informed me that it is like a 30-day, not a rolling. So it's kind of like, I know where it's at. I know where I'm at now as well because I didn't know this. So yeah, so if you do get gifted one, you do get it for like 30 days. But Ken, you're amazing, mate. You really are. It is nice to see some familiar faces get it as well, mate. Like Spider Lady Kim is Myers' missus, I think. And Peplin, they were in actually earlier, Peplin as well, so that's good. L, I do like, to be honest, I like L. It was Elle who had 50 inches of snow. 50 inches of snow. Can you imagine that? 50 inches of snow. I know you in the States don't have to imagine it. You get it. You live it. But for the likes of me, Steve, Tracy, Will, all those English and Welsh. Sorry, Steve. We're not used to 50 inches of snow. We got 50. I'll be honest, if say from now till Wednesday, we got 50 inches of snow. I think the UK would still be at a standstill in July. It's like, no way in the world. There's no way in the world we could handle 50 inches of snow. It'd bring us to a standstill for 6 months. And I reckon anyone who's from the UK will back me up on that as well, because it's like, yeah, with no way we'd handle it. We get like a dusting of snow, and I mean literally a dusting of snow, and it brings. I do apologise for the sirens again, guys. Dusting of snow, and that brings the whole country to a standstill. It's proper crazy. We're like, with snow, we are proper pussies. Proper pussies. Yeah, I thought you were south, Steve. I did think you were south. Oh, you're just outside Barry? Stay fish. No, I know. It's weird, Ken, how they go. Some like last night, there wasn't really much fish talk last night. It just goes anywhere, doesn't it? It just goes everywhere. Food is a really, really popular topic. I do kind of begrudge that guy coming in last night, though, trying to get me to start slagging off like Starmer and all that. I know sometimes I touch a little bit political. That's normally me just having a rant and how it affects me. But when you get people coming into your live streams and trying to like, what do you think of Keir Starmer? God, that can like ruin my channel so much because it's not political. It's not political. You know what, Ken? I'd even if I were married with kids, I'd be gone anyway. But yeah, I'd love that experience. I'd like to just go out of space, but I know it's like millions in it. To just to come out of space, come back in, that weightlessness. Oh, be so good. Be so good. Red Ed, thanks for joining us, buddy. Hope you're well. I don't know if being afraid of heights would have an effect, though, Katie. You know, if you don't look out the window and you're taking off, you're I think you're all right. I don't think scared of heights would do it. I was always under the impression, though, that long distance space travel was difficult for humans because I'd seen a program somewhere and it was like scientific, and we need to see green. We need to see the color green, otherwise we kind of go a little bit loopy. That's what they were saying. It was like massive long space travel wouldn't work, but I don't know. I don't know. But space fascinates me. I know. Can you imagine that, Emad? If you like, right? So that is how you would go viral on YouTube, innit? The Mars rock tank build, boom, millions of views guaranteed. I might just do it. I might just do it. I'm gonna say, you know what? Angelfish tank, right, guys? This is Mars rock. This was a meteorite rock. It'd probably blow your channel up. But not for long, because everyone will think you're a fake, and then they won't watch you. But yeah, if you could actually get proper Mars rock and you made a tank out of it, I reckon, yeah, it definitely, I reckon it'd make you viral for sure. Oh, she called June. That's the one. Yeah, mate, June. Dead nice actually. She's like, obviously, she is still a member. But yeah, it threw me out, the gifting. It does throw me out. I didn't realise. I thought they were all rolling. So I've got to admit, I was a bit concerned because I was thinking, Jesus, Ken. Like, they're rolling over me. Like, oh my God. Okay. But obviously they're not. So I do kind of think, hang on a minute, that's a lot of money there. It's a lot of money. But no, it works out that they're not. So even though he does throw a load of money at the channel, so Ken's just amazing. He does amaze me. 2 centimetre in a country. It's true, Steve, isn't it? I don't even think 2 centimetres, mate. Honestly, I really don't think it's 2 centimetres. God, if they say snow, if you just say there's it's like you put the weather forecast on. If the weather forecaster says, oh, there's a chance of snow on Thursday, you can guarantee teachers don't work Thursday. Guarantee it. I was like, guaranteed. Guaranteed. It was windy a couple of weeks ago. Teachers didn't work. I'm out in my truck. Truck's getting blown over. Teachers are sat at home. It's like that's the UK for you at the moment. Proper mad. Proper mad. Those that work indoors can't work in the wind. Those who drive big trucks outside have to work in the wind. Figure that one out. If anyone figures that one out, let me know, because I don't. It doesn't register in my head. 50 inches, Jake. That's what El had. In 3 days, 50 inches of snow. He was going out every day and he was like removing like about 15 to 20 inches off his driveway. He's done, there's videos on YouTube of it. It's bloody amazing. It's like, wow. That's kind of like, it's kind of a bit living the dream to get that kind of snow, I think. For the UK, if we had that kind of snow, I think it'd just be, it'd be an experience for us, wouldn't it, Steve? It would. And Tracy, it'd be an experience for us to get that level of snow. Right, when we're like that, Rainer. Like we don't get that kind of depth though. But when it tends to snow here, it normally goes like within the hour. We kind of got unlucky a month ago when it snowed and it probably stayed down for a while, for a week or so. But it normally rains it away, especially in Manchester, because Manchester's pretty famous for rain. Because that's all we get. Is it snowing where you are now, Daniel? Yeah. Wow. Steve, yeah, I kind of do, mate. But it's more than that, mate. So I have within a mile of my house, I have an ambulance station, I have a fire station, I have a police station, but you don't get so they're the 3 that you get the sirens from, yeah. But literally a stone's throw from my house. Let's say a stone's throw. If you're really good at throwing stones, right? Yeah, it's about a quarter of a mile. You go down a little path down the back of mine, and it goes down to Greater Manchester Fire Services Training Centre. Oh my God, that is wicked. That is bloody brilliant. Honestly, a few years ago, I had a tendon operation. I had a meniscus trim on my knee, so I'd do this walk every morning, every day, and I went down there, and I haven't been down there for years, and they've built this training centre, and God, it's phenomenal. So it's quite a decent sized building that they set on fire. It's like the old fire stations, they'd have a tower, wouldn't they, at the back, which they'd practice on. So this is a full building. You can tell that they set it on fire because you can see where the flames have burnt the outside of the windows. There's a train that's overturned, so it's like a derailed train. There's cars constantly getting cars there that are wrecks that get cut up. Oh, it's so good. I used to go down there. You walk down there some days. You'd see them training, and I'd just stand there. I'd stand there at the fence, probably like an 8-year-old boy, just watching the firemen training. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I'm like, Dad, come here. It's like my dad had come up, and it was like, come check this out. And it was, oh man, it's so good. Great Manchester Fire Services Training Centre. So they come from like all over Manchester to train. It's so good, mate, so good. But yeah, the sirens, because everything is on my doorstep. Police, fire, and an ambulance. Yeah, it's the same, Katie. It's the same. COVID was, Jesus Christ. How many people went and panic bought toilet roll when COVID came on? Jesus, no one could get it. Whereabouts are you, Daniel? Out of interest, whereabouts in the States are you, mate? 6 months of winter. Wow, well, we were. I did get stuck in my van a couple of weeks ago. Weren't impressed. But yeah, you just got to be careful. It was, and then it wasn't through it. It was because of some, and got out of the way so someone could get through, and then got stuck. Nice, CMAD. Nice, mate. I had it once. I went fishing on the canal and caught a bream, and that just started spewing eggs out. Like, felt pretty bad though. Like, get it back in the water quick. But there were bloody loads as well. Yeah, that's us, Steve, innit? Hot we moan, cold we moan, and we like to queue. Unless it's a filter lane on traffic, then you'll get no one queues. They'll try and jump the queue then, which is a little bit weird. Thanks for joining us, mate, from Poland. Yeah, I know you guys get the snow as well, mate, don't you? The good thing about in Poland, though, you get loads of vodka. So who cares about snow when you've got vodka? That's what I say. Just candles. I'm not even joking. No, Katie, we get that, honestly. We get that. It is crazy. People go like proper mad. Proper mad. Yeah, Nate, I never give in to him either. I'm like proper awkward. I'm like, move one more and you're gonna hit me. You're gonna hit me. Whiplash, boom. But yeah, it's weird. We're willing to queue all day, but when it comes to sitting in your car queuing, no, not happening. Every man for himself. We're weird us Brits when you think about it, really. Proper weird. Guys, it is 5 o'clock. I'm going to go and make something to eat. Thanks to everyone that's joined us today. Steve, Tracy, Will, Ken, I've got to thank you the most, mate, obviously, because gifting another 5 is just amazing, mate. Thank you so much. And I've got to say, mate, thanks for putting me straight regarding gifting as well, because I can now kind of sort it out in my head. Because I was like, wow, I'm gonna all these gifting, it's gonna be like guaranteed that, but it's not. So now I know where I stand with gifting as well, mate. So thanks, buddy. Thanks for sorting that out. We are back on Monday. There will be an update for members tomorrow as well regarding the fish room. I will be doing a video regarding the racking build and all that. But yeah, I'll show everyone around on Monday, hopefully. Thanks to everybody. Ken, honestly, mate, I know you've got me, mate. You are amazing, buddy. You really are. Thanks to everyone that's joined us today. Steve, nice seeing you, buddy. And Daniel, everyone, if I've not said your name, I do apologise. Rainer, Emad, Katie. Oh, God, so many of us in today. Redhead, Jake. Honestly, if I've missed you, I do apologise. Thanks so much, guys. Hopefully, we'll see you Monday. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be good, be careful, and take care. See you later, guys.